Hello and welcome back to another OMNIHEROES video. In this video we're just going to go through the Abyss Crusade. So you'll find this pop up on your home screen as well as here in the top right. So if you look where the banner is changing, eventually it will change to the Abyss Crusade. You click on the banner and then you can click on Abyss Crusade and it will take you to here. Now when you first open up the Abyss Crusade, when the campaign begins, typically you've got about a week to get as many attempts in as possible. So to start with, you'll be given three options. You'll be given Nightmare and then what are the other two? Nightmare, Hard and Common. Now, depending on which one you choose will depend on what your star levels will go up to. So if, say for example, you have a 15-star Nawi, but you choose to go into the hard difficulty, you won't get all of those 15 stars. Instead, I believe that you'll be presented with a 4-star Nawi, and if you go into common, it will be lower as well. So it is just something to keep in mind when you are going to challenge these. Now, the next thing that I want to talk about, just before we get into any actual gameplay, is that when we go into ranking here and we go into zone rank, if you have a look at the top, on the banner at the top, the top 128 players with the best Abyssal Crusade results from each session will become gladiators participating in the next Foggy Colosseum. Now, I believe that will include the top 128 from Nightmare, if there are 128, and if you do go to, if there's not 128 people who've competed in Nightmare, it will then go down to Hard and then eventually to Common, but I suspect they'll be able to take people from the hard difficulty as well. Now, I'm currently in Nightmare, and as you can see, I'm currently ranked 9th overall. In the zone, that's the current zone that I've got, whereas in the room rank we do have myself. I'm up at number 3 with Scout and the Real Nicks ahead of me within my current room, within my current war zone. Now you do need to keep in mind that just because you might be number 1 in your room rank doesn't mean that you'll be number 1 overall. It does apply in this case to the Real Nicks, but it doesn't apply to me because, as you can see, I am not number 3, I am number 9 instead. So my current score for this is 69,519. Nice. And let's go into a trial. So what I tend to do before I do any of this, I will go into ranking. And I'll have a look at zone ranking, and I'll have a look at the top scorers. So as you can see, we can check out their lineups here if you click on the small magnifying glass icon. So as you can see, that's a 4-star Audrey doing a fair amount of damage, along with Astrid, Atrops, Nawi, Seraphina, relics are Spear, Shield and Hand of Tyr, as well as the Mystifier damage coming from Astrid. Now, healing wise, it looks like Seraphina has done the most, and damage taken, not much damage taken at all, and we'll see the reason for that in just a second. But if we have a look at the result here, we can see this is the setup that the Real Nicks was using, so we can view different players' scores. Now if we look at Scouts, for example, Scout might be slightly different. If it'll load, there we go. So it doesn't look too much different team compilation wise. There's just a lower damage result, but not by much. But if we have a look at here, we'll have a look at main tanks and see his compilation. Again, Lachesis included, and also instead there is a a Knight's Edge relic, and Eudora as well. No Audrey this time round, just Eudora, and Lachesis, the changes there. Actually, in fact, as well as Catherine, so it is a very different compilation. And if we go a bit further down the list as well, so if we have a look at, say, Yuvia has used Celine, Lachesis, we have Astrid, Catherine, and Atrops as well, all using Knight's Edge. So a lot of different team compilations, and the one that I have chosen to go with for my setups, this is the closest that I've been able to get, is just Audrey, Astrid, Atrops, Nawi, and Seraphina. But if I go into clear records, I can have a look at this clear record. So what I'm going to do is just going to try this clear record here and see if I can get any better results with this one compared to my other one. So if you remember, it's 69,519, I believe, was the overall score that I got here. So I know that my Eudora is nowhere near as powerful as she needs to be in order to progress properly. So we'll just have a see and find out whether or not we can get an increased damage score here. So Eudora popping off. Fortunately, I've got 2 red runes for her and 2 epic runes, which means that I am able to partially activate the legendary ultimate skill. So Lachesis in here in order to dispel the Holy Shield, and then Eudora to do the majority of the damage. Catherine here to buff the team when she receives healing. We should be able to get up to quite a high number, but again, the team that I was running previously do seem to be a bit more impactful damage wise. So I think we can go ahead and skip this, and we can see Catherine did the most damage, only 18,000 for me. So just because somebody else can get a very high score with a particular setup doesn't mean that you will be able to. So it is all about the star level of your units as well. So let's go back to a previous setup. So we'll put in Audrey, we'll put in Seraphina, Nawi, Atropos, and then Astrid as well. So we stick Seraphina down here at the bottom, Atrops in the middle, and Astrid up here. And we're going to change out the relic type to the Hand of Tyr here as well. And then we can look to, in fact, let's try it without. So, no, because we've got a Glorians team here. So stick full Glorian relics on, just so we get the full buff. So we go ahead and have a look at how this team performs. Now, again, this is just a reason to show off Audrey and how spectacular she is currently. Now, she does have the seasonal buff, as well as a number of other things buffing her as well, so I suspect that she may fall off a bit later, but with the increase of attack up to 50 million, I don't suspect she'll run out of steam too quickly. So here we increase attack, and then we increase attack again. Audrey to remove the Holy Shield here and gain it for herself. And Astrid to do a little bit of damage, Nawi to do a little bit of damage as well. But it is primarily Audrey to do the damage here. So as you can see, we're slowly building up with Audrey over the course of the 15 rounds. And our team does seem to be surviving very well, a bit better than the last composition that we tried. Audrey to clear these shields again. There we go. So we'll skip all the way through to the end. So it looks like Nawi has done the most damage this time round. Only 65,000, so not able to beat my current best score. Now, how do we obtain these trial tickets? As you can see, I'm all out of the trial tickets. So what we can do is we can proceed through to the Abyss shop. And as you can see, there is a weekly limit of these Crusade decrees. What you can do is you can buy these in the off season, so when Abyss Crusade is not around and the World Arena and Foggy Coliseum are on, you will be able to still buy from the Abyss shop. You'll be able to buy these Crusade decrees, so you can obtain more attempts throughout the course of the next Abyss Crusade as well. And in order to boost even further effectively, one sec. In order to boost even further effectively, you can go into limited offers, and as you can see, we can go into here, and currently for me, that's $4.99. That's English pounds or pounds sterling. I can buy 6 attempts. So if I were to spend £20 in buying this, you do also get the chaotic crystals as well for purchasing attempts. Now it depends on where you currently are as to whether or not you should be buying these. I am not going to buy these, and the reason for that is I am currently within the top 128. Here we go, so I'm still within the top 128. If I were to fall out of the top 128, then I would consider purchasing those, or if you're not able to reach the top 28 in Nightmare, 128 Nightmare, I would consider purchasing those to be able to pump up my numbers. If I've got a low score, the more attempts, you know, the more points that you'll get overall, and the more chance you have in competing in the Foggy Coliseum here. So that's the end goal. So if we have a look at records here, you know, you can have a look at their battles, and I was able to get through to round 3. Unfortunately, it was a good match, but I did end up losing in that group stage. But at least I had the chance to compete. Now, if you do want the chance to compete again, then you will need to go ahead and get into the top 128. My apologies if you've already chosen the difficulty of hard or normal or common difficulty, because you probably won't be able to get into the Abyss Crusade from there. You do need to choose Nightmare difficulty right from the start, so it's just something to keep in mind when you are selecting this the next time round. Now, if you do want more information on the boss here, what we can do is we can go into the guide, click guide at the bottom, and it'll say battle tips. So Amathon has long lurked underground, converting lava energy into special power to apply a holy shield or shield itself and its allies. It's recommended to use with heroes with shield penetration and dispel skills, as well as Audrey to counter Amathon's abilities. So that is the tips and the guides on it, and that's the team compilations used to get through to the end stages. So just something to figure out, and if you do have any comments, or if you think I'm doing it wrong, please do let me know down below. I'm always open to learn, and would always like to you know, hear what other people have to say as well and take it on board. If you can like the video if you did, and if you would just drop a subscribe, it'd be really appreciated. Thanks for watching. You have a good day.